Hello everybody, this is Eldritch Yeti, and today we are going ahead, we are starting Overlord, and with Overlord, unlike most of the games I played, this is actually all research based, because the project I've been working on is very closely related to this game. By that I mean spiritual successor. I don't want to talk about it too much, but you will notice me talking differently about this game, just because again I am approaching this, so I want to be able to also make notes for myself that I can further or reference them later.
Master, evilness truly suits you. Let us go forth. There are nefarious deeds to be done.
And I
feel the land quaking with fear already.
I know you guys saw the Raising Hell thing, but Raising Hell is actually a separate expansion.
I am Null, Minion Master, a devoted servant of darkness.
But so Raising Hell, excuse me, is the DLC. No, can you not? Is the DLC afterwards, post-game expansion. I'm going to be playing both. They're going to be under the same playlist. I'm using the Raising Hell logo. And again, this shouldn't actually be here, but it is. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Because I made it way before, and then I did my research after, like a dumbass. So, but yeah, it's all going to be Overlord.
Muscles will become limber again. You have been asleep for a very long time. This cavern is the spawning pit, sire, where new minions are born and live. Now you are here, you can call forth minions from this minion gate.
So we get to go ahead and lock in.
Look at those keen little evil faces, ready to loot and pillage at your command.
Also, unlike the other games...
Continue. Follow me if you wish to study the finer points of combat and minion control.
So,
of course, if you want to get straight to the smiting, then I shall meet you in the throne room upstairs.
That's just what I was about to say. You can actually go ahead and skip the tutorial.
Your minions will follow you wherever you go, Master. Unless you give them a task.
Seeing that I've played this game for such a long time, I already know how to play, how to move them around. My former HR manager was actually playing this before she went ahead and stepped away, and I think she's going to probably stop streaming this game. So, but overall, if you're looking for a tutorial, that's something I think I would recommend you do yourselves play this game, because this game always goes on sale. Granted, this is uploaded way later than when I'm actually recording it, but I know one of my team members was saying that this went down to like $1, and you can get like the bundle for all of them.
Don't need any lessons, Master?
I'm positive. It was like 5 or 6. Like, the franchise is pretty cheap usually. So I'm not super worried.
Your throne room, sire.
Completely cobbled together.
Alas, one cannot be a bastion of evil these days without wretched heroes lining up to prove themselves. That last lot were particularly bothersome, killing your predecessor like that. Still, you're here now, sire. Evil will always find a way.
An amazing
They
tagline.
also looted and destroyed much of the tower. But it's merely a setback for the forces of darkness, sire. You are our new Overlord. Rebuild your tower, punish those so-called heroes, and re-establish a dark domain. This is the tower portal, sire. Sadly, it's missing its power source, the tower heart. However, there's still a tiny bit of energy left. It's just enough to transport you to the last known location of the heart. When you're ready, sire, step through the gate. I shall meet you on the other side.
So this is one thing everyone loves to beat the Jester because they can. With Overlord, so there's Overlord and Raising Hell. Overlord 2, Dark Legends.
You made it through the gate, sire.
No, please.
This tranquil wilderness, so rural and idyllic. Hideous, is it not? Try not to inhale it, my lord. You can summon your minions from these gates. They are ancient arcane links between your tower and this land. Currently, you can only summon browns. You must find the other lost minion tribes before you can summon them. Perhaps we may recover some of our looted tower objects in this lush, verdant abomination. Brown minions are your main fighters. They will happily die, so you don't have to.
And you can already see, oh look, future reference of things that we can't do right now. Before Gnarl interrupted me, so there's Overlord with Raising Hell, 2 Dark Legends, Minions, and Fellowship of Evil. So Dark Legends is a Wii game, never got to experience it. I played 1 and 2. Never played Minions because that's a DS game. Fellowship of Evil basically killed the entire franchise.
But you can still harvest life force from them. Remember, life force equals minions. Return to the gate to call more to your side.
But we can't currently do
These
that, right?
urns ahead may yield something beneficial. There's nothing minions like more than making things. Well, apart from killing things.
Okay. So yeah, more than likely not going to be playing Minions. Definitely not playing Fellowship of Evil unless I can get people who are interested to play with me, just so we can like meme on the game. Like that'd be a multiplayer only experience because it is like a Diablo-like game, or like a top-down, strategy game. Not strategy. Top-down action adventure game.
Pointless creatures.
But with that being said, yeah, Dark Legends, I'm not sure if I'll play. Minions, probably not, just because, again, if I can do things legally, I can, but also there's just some things that are impossible to get a hold of at this point. Okay. So we officially can't go through this way yet. I mean, if people are interested in me trying to, like, acquire Dark Legends and play it.
Ah, but we have strength in numbers. Use all your minions on that pillar, and they will work together to move it.
If people are interested in me playing it, I'll go ahead and try to procure a copy.
Halflings took over my farm. Tied me up in the sun to scare the birds. Now, those pumpkins are plotting against poor Bob.
Poor Bob.
Revenge for all the pies I made. And the soup. And the jelly. And the, ice cream. I hear the pumpkins whispering at night. I won't leave my farm.
White girl's going crazy right now.
Oh no. They're
Thinking about all the pumpkin spice.
Please help get Bob's farm back. Oh. Your creatures ain't related to pumpkins, are they?
I don't really give a shit about... So the whole thing with this game is you're evil, like as Gnarl was saying earlier in the beginning. It's evil, 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 evil. So already they're like, hey, you want to help out this one random guy because it's like, you're already kind of losing the main objective here. Also, I think they can wear the pumpkins, but I'm not sure. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we want them to go ahead and just have fun.
They're screaming.
And
Pumpkins are screaming. They're scared. Get them! Get them!
as someone who has familiarity with this game, because I played it back when I was... It was one of my first Xbox games, actually. It's the reason why I bought a 360 off my uncle.
They're in league with the pumpkins.
But yeah, I'm playing this on Steam just because I have a whole bunch of problems with Microsoft and Xbox. So the long story short is, someone hacked me, and back in the day you were able to change location. I think I told this while I was playing Halo, but I'll tell it again in case you haven't seen that episode. And so Microsoft allowed you to change your locations originally. They've now since... They got rid of that after I got hacked. And when I...
Oh, you better get going, Sonny.
Come on.
The path behind my house leads to the village of Spree. Oh, I bet there are more of them fat little demons about, so be careful.
Yeah, they changed that, and then when I asked for support from Microsoft, they basically told me too bad, make another account. And that's what led to me switching to PlayStation eventually.
Maybe grow marrows instead. Yeah, marrows don't talk so much. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Alright, and this is just mainly to go ahead and equip them up. So,
Minions will automatically equip any useful items they find. And often, any useless items too. But do not fear.
Okay.
All weapons and armor are custom forged at the tower. We wouldn't dream of giving you any old steal-me-downs. No, no, no.
So I do have Overlord on my 360. I don't have Raising Hell, and I don't have 2, so I'm going to be playing through Steam for the most part, which I think is probably going to look a bit better. I could be wrong. I don't plan on modding the game. I mean, I might eventually do it, but...
The cloud that rose from those dead halflings, that's evil energy. It gathers in all us evil creatures. You will learn more of it in time, Master.
See, again, that doesn't make any sense. We're evil, but you talk about the heroes, but yet we're killing other evil creatures. That's one thing I want to be a bit more concise about.
Tower heart. The halflings must have used it to grow pumpkins. The little fools. They have no idea of the real power it contains. Clear those pumpkins and let's get it back to the tower.
Alright, go ahead, just have fun, destroy the pumpkins. I'm not going to do it because I like watching them destroy the pumpkins. I think we got a naked guy over here who can probably put some... Yeah.
Being the Overlord means never having to lift anything heavy.
That too. Yeah, that's kind of like their whole job, is to go ahead and just be my manservants, which is kind of nice. And then we have to go ahead, run up here, where I would have to knock down the wall. I don't like the 2 attack. I mean, it becomes a 3, but... I mean, I did. They didn't. And I think it sends us back real quick, which is fine for now.
Moldy, keep up with the other minions. Giblet, I see you pretending to hold it with one claw. Hold your share, Gubbin, you useless sack of pus.
If 3 of them are barely holding on, how can 2 people carry that? 2 minions. Look how tiny they are. There's no way. It's funny how he jams his toe, though. So we retrieve the tower art. Do we have to go back right away? I forgot. I think we do. Yeah. So we're gonna quickly... while that's going on, I
back where it belongs.
12.
This is the heart of the tower, sire. It will play a vital role in helping re-establish your dark domain.
And yeah, that helps with actually multiple things.
It will allow you to visit the tower whenever you wish and provide access to all of the tower's resources. And look, it seems to have bestowed a little gift upon you, sire. You can now control 10 minions. Ha! And it seems to have retained one of its spells. The Fireball spell. Robust fellow. Might have known he'd make it. I'll teach you how to use him when the need arises. But I urge you, sire, find more of our missing tower objects. A crane would be particularly handy. Then we could clear the debris around here. Open up some rooms.
So that is one thing.
Unfortunately, I am not the evil entity that I once was. I cannot take the feel of lush green grass under my feet and birdsong in my ears. In fact, I think I need to find a dark corner and something to pummel. I shall stay here. The heart will allow me to speak directly to you, sire, and see and hear what you do. Use the gate to return to the halfling domain.
So yeah, as I was going to go ahead and say, the one thing I do like is how they do kind of limit what you can do at first, just so you don't get too overwhelmed. And I know if you beat the him enough,
Right, sire. Not feeling scared, are you?
he stops coming back towards you. I think there's like a rare chance where you can actually go ahead and do some damage to him. It's not enough to kill him, but it like does show on the health bar.
Testing. 1, 2. Is this thing working? It's a big trouble.
We're gonna run back through just to get more life force.
Can you hear me, master? Oh. But now,
No harm in farming, especially early game.
Here are rather frisky, so they will have undoubtedly repopulated the area. Call forth some minions and head for that peasant village. Spree! Revolting name.
This game does require a bit of farming at a certain point. And for those who've never played this game before, farming is one of the most boring activities you can do. So I think what I might do once that time comes to actually farm, I'm going to probably hyperspeed the gameplay, and then I'm just going to commentate over that. Maybe I'll do like a quick Q&A I'll set up for whoever, you know, wants to ask me questions. Just to, you know, get some interactivity going on, because sure, why not? Seems like you guys, or I don't know, maybe you guys have no questions at all. Maybe you guys aren't ever going to watch this, but I can certainly try to be more interactive. And with Overlord being a bit of a slower game, it should be easier for me to go ahead and come in with stories or just things to talk about versus like how we just finished Japan. So that was a game where I could not focus on really commentating up until I started doing easier difficulties. Just by the nature of the game where it requires more focus. While this one, it's kind of a combination of it being an easier game through and through, along with me just having familiarity with it. Like, yeah, I can definitely go ahead and multitask here. Destroy the mushrooms. We hate them. I actually do like mushrooms, though. Like a nice portobello. I don't know if I would ever take like a portobello over a burger itself, but I used to work at Shake Shack, and a lot of people thought I was not human because I would I would do the burger patty, a chicken patty, and a portobello patty all on top of each other.
Hang on, those ain't halflings. Look at the one with the helmet.
Could be two halflings holding up some armor. Yeah, I bet that's it. I don't trust those sneaky little what's-names.
Maybe you're right. Here, prove you ain't halflings and free our men from the camps down the road.
So as someone...
Stay right there so I can get my aim straight. Now that Lord's...
There, in the field, greedy little halflings. Use your firebolt spell on the wheat and roast them like suckling pigs.
As someone who only grew up with Lord of the Rings, this was my first time hearing halfling instead of hobbit. So that was something that I ended up learning, that basically anything outside of Lord of the Rings has to use halfling because of trademark. I do see some armor I want them to get. Alright, money. Anything else up here? Does not seem like it. And we're going to have to do the same thing over and over again. And oh, they don't even let me put down a marker yet because I want to be all sneaky about it, but that clearly is not an option. So, oh, looks like they were doing a nice little pig roast. I've done a pig roast once in my life, and I thought it was absolutely delicious. But I can see why people are not about it. There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna let, nature, take its course. The screaming was always really intense. I remember that for sure. I do like helping the minions, especially because at this low level they can die very easily. Last thing you want is to go ahead, and that's one thing when I was streaming with her, she did not fight with the minions often, so they would die and she would constantly be losing more progress because they weren't strong enough. So it's one thing that I very much have learned to kind of focus.
One last thing, sire. Killing innocents, and I use the term loosely, increases your corruption level. This attracts more evil energy, which increases your powers. However, this is rarely suitable for establishing a long-term evil plan. That requires people, living people. Gratitude comes with its own rewards.
So yeah, they're basically telling you there's a couple different ways to play. Really depends on how you want to go ahead and, pursue your objectives. I might do a hybrid of killing some people, but not everybody. Just because of the nature of the game, I do want, especially since we don't have a lot of armor yet.
For you, this must be the work camp those peasants spoke of. Be careful, Lord.
Just to get there, or do they not give us anything yet? That is unfortunate. They just give us life force, which, again, I'm not going to complain about, but at the same time, it would have been nice to get some better stuff. I see something better. See, we're slowly upgrading our boys.
This is an arcane blood pit, sire.
No need.
You can sacrifice minions here to regain your own health. Have no fear. Your minions will gladly die for you.
Yeah, it's not a matter.
Very loyal.
It's not a matter of if I'm afraid. It's a matter of currently it's not needed. We get to travel over this way, which, hey, look at this. We made it back. I mean, we're not going back, but that's going to be useful for later, for when we get a bit further down the road, so to speak. I don't want to have to backtrack all the way, and the game recognizes
Mana
that.
pit. Oh, I haven't seen one of these in years. They allow you to sacrifice your minions and replenish your mana.
I'm trying to remember what was over here. That's the thing, is there is some exploration, but there's not a lot. Again, the game's taunting you, like, look, you can go ahead and see that, and you know you're missing certain minions. And typically here would be where you learn where they drowned, but with, you know, again, me having history with us, we're not going to go ahead and, you know, needlessly have minions drown. That's, again, it's needless. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go kill those stupid, pesky halflings. And constantly getting in the way of my evil, nefarious business. And then here, in case you lost any, but as you can see, we're kind of maxed out right now for the current limits of the game. And I do... Yeah, I do want to kill these guys first. Oh, we already lost one. That's unfortunate. Okay. And they're grabbing their stuff. Just gonna have him run over real quick. Okay, so he's the most naked, so hopefully we can get him some resources, but we got a lot of naked people here.
Minions can turn these and what might happen.
Oops. That's the one thing I don't like. The camera is not the greatest. So I definitely want our game to have a bit more ability to use the camera.
Might be short, but they're tough.
And see, the problem with that is, if you go ahead, you go down that route. So the game controls the minions with the right stick. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, what do you give up? Do you give up the players control the minions constantly in order to go ahead and move the camera? Do you assign it another button, which feels unnatural? Because again, this is the right stick. This is your camera stick usually. So, and see, look, we didn't even need to sacrifice anybody, which is very nice because, you know, if I don't have to sacrifice anybody, why do it? Ooh, beautiful. Nice, clean kill. And see, it is one of those things where it may not be noticeable at first, but the more equipment you get on a minion, it actually does help go ahead increase how quickly they can kill and how well they can defend themselves. So we got here. And one of the cool things about this game, I'm just going to send them back for the sake of sending them back, because I'm right here. So if I go back right now, since we just unlocked this new checkpoint.
Welcome.
So the game doesn't even show that we're full because there's no way of dying there. So but we are full. We're full on mana. We're full on health. Come back, boom, rejuvenated. So that is something that I'm going to be using when necessary. And so the only time you would ever lose a minion is if I went to go pause, return the menu. That would kill everybody. But I don't even have to return it when I'm here because it is a built-in waypoint gate. So it's one of those things where, again, it's just kind of learning the game. Oh shit, I didn't want to...
That's mine.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's... Come on.
Thank you, Lord. You should know that the camp up ahead is defended by rock throwers.
Is that an item that one of us can pick up? Yes, it is. Again, we want our minions to be fully equipped at all times.
Better find a way to surprise them.
So, as you can see here, there wasn't much of a shortcut. There was still a shortcut. There is actually something back here, which is why I wanted to go ahead and send them back here still. just because I don't want anyone, you know, missing out on potential loot because I'm being ignorant or fast or however you want to say it. You know, impatient maybe might be the word as well. There we go, come on. And hypothetically, I could just go ahead and, like, blind chuck them, but their AI, that's one thing I've had a lot of conversations about. The AI pathing in this game is not good, so I don't want to go ahead and, also, before we get too far, I'm trying to see what time we got. Yeah, I can run through a little bit more. You know what? Well, I know where actually to pause. See, this is what I'm talking about. I can finally go ahead and have them fight. And as we get up here... Because I don't know where they went. Okay. So we got everything over here, it seems. We'll eventually go over that side, but for now... We don't want these pesky rock throwers, and that's what the game warned us about, or they warned us about. So they are good slaves, good, you know, fodder. They're trying to do their best for the Lord, their future Lord, regardless if they know it or not. There we go. And then the game tells you, oh, you have to go down here, but we also know the enemies are over there, so instead of, you know, trying to hold off with only a couple while getting the objective done, we're just going to go ahead and completely wipe out the enemy first, because, again, I don't want minions to die if I don't have to have them die. It's just, there's no real point to that gameplay style. And, let's see, I see something over here. Okay. There we go. And that, I believe, opens this side, but I can't remember for sure. No, I don't think it does that. Actually, it might. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, help us out!
So that is, excuse me, freeing them. That's what that does.
There are more prisoners over there, but they've got a big old troll guarding them.
And that's where we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap up the first episode is once we get to the troll. And luckily for us, the villagers kind of try help.
There are others willing to do it for you.
Exactly.
Fear and awe can be valuable commodities, sire.
Yeah, that's one of the things that... I mean, there's not a lot of instances of that popping up, but when it does pop up, it pops up. Alright, get him. And see, look, 3 life force as well. We need with the purpose.
Over there, but they've got a big old troll guarding them.
Yeah, we heard that spiel already. Alright, so... The troll's right there. And this is where we're going to go ahead. We're going to wrap the first episode.